No, I'm going to read a parody of one of Lewis Carroll's parodies. It's called Alice in Officeland. 'Twas Friday, and the compulads did clickle on the scribble screens, all done wit were the bossy balls, in shirties red and green. The after-ball had uttered jokes until the air was bugger blue. The secre-ladies goggle-gigged at lunch till 2:30. Is it 5:30 or dirty dive? And is the weekly shammock o'er? Will compulads and secre-ladies go trickle at the watering bore? She thigh-toed out the greeded door with prime-marked elegance and ease, escorted by a bossy bull who thought she was a birtish tease. They fraggered down the crowd-rubbed street to Binny's Vino Barriset. He sat her in a cloister booth and fetched her gin and anisette. It's growing late, the secretary girl protested as he brought her more. Come, Bibblebibe, he urged her, have a scroodle drive, a peridor. And so the night went woofing by. Let's body rub, he said to her. They found a room in Palmer's Green and fiddle-fingered up the stair. Come to my arms, my bossy boy. Tell me you have no Wookie wife. He told her bylines, spun a tale about a singlifying life. But suddenly the door bursts wide. His Wookie wife stands blawing there, with law divorces at her side. Alice, don't fall off that chair. Where is that work I'm waiting for, that database to be completed? There's work to do. Oh, there's the door. My fantasy deleted.
No.
This very short one, it's called Advice. Stirring the porridge, I think of Miss Rymer's grave. She's past her century if she's not in it. I wish I'd written this, she wrote on my homework. Keep stirring, don't stop, my mother warned. Some advice, some praise stays with you. Keep stirring, or life goes lumpy, it sticks. And this is about my parents, whose grave we went to see day before yesterday, I think it was. They retired. I'll tell you it in the poem. It's called Retirement Plans. When I grow old, said my mother, I'll change my life. I'll rent a garret on the left bank of the Seine in Paris, give up being a mother and a wife, spend my days painting, drink red wine all night. My friends will be artists. Maybe I'll write. But what about Dad? I objected. My mother reflected. He'll be okay, she said. He'll buy a jalaba, sandals, a scarab, and live in the desert, along with the Arabs. He's learning the lingo at evening class. He'll go over to Egypt. I thought, what a gas. I'll spend April in Paris, winter with Dad. There was going to be some fun to be had. I hoped that my parents' dreams all would come true, but after all that, they just moved down to Bude. But I'm not very good at dreaming awake, but I do have a lot of nighttime dreams, and I dream about my parents quite a bit. This one's called Fly Love. In the dream, you are my daughter, not my mother. I lead you on a narrow path above the sea. At my shoulder, a sheer cliff. Below, a deep ravine. You are not afraid. You laugh, run on ahead. I give chase, catch your hand, try to lead you to a safer place. Your hand shape shifts, becomes fish, flipper, slips. You fall slowly into air. In the dream, you are my daughter, not my mother, and I call out to you from the path. Spread your arms out, love, open wings and fly. And another dream poem. I think this may need some editing, but there you are. Insomniac. I dreamed I was insomniac. caught up in feathered arms of an angel whose existence I doubted in waking hours. I held a mirror to his terrible light. On the angel's face ran scars. His makeshift armour had worn thin. The angel was tired. Outside the window, a jungle city stretched to the horizon. We glimpsed a silver river between jagged monoliths. We both were solemn, he questioning why I dreamed of sleeping. Sleep is never wicked, I replied. They say that the just sleep well. He sighed and closed his eyes. I watch the people sleep, he said. The unjust sleep the soundest. No double nudges, no doubts nudge them awake. Self-seeking is unambiguous. Their world is black and white. The unjust see no shades of grey at night. Insomniacs make war on the unjust. Sleep is most wicked when injustice stalks, he said. At midnight, jackboots walk the city pavements. The angel was still watching when I left. Unsure if it were dusk or dawn, I stumbled through a sleeping town. I found I could not sleep. And finally, I don't know, how to make a dress out of silence. Take a yard of the quiet of a dawn before the birds wake. Use the sudden hush that heralds the Fifth Symphony and the breathless pause in a soliloquy by Hamlet to create a template for your bodice. Be sure to calculate the volume of the air held in place by the lungs' alveoli so that it stretches easily across the depth and breadth of your chest. Cut out the skirt from a length of the boundless, soundless vacuum of space. Now, thread hiatus with a sense of absence and sew into one piece. Try on the dress. Listen.